Hello, hello, and welcome to Self-Care is Sexy. My name is Chris, and I'll be your host. We're a podcast that's here to generate and share self-care ideas with each other. Last week, I did a show on taking responsibility for your own self-care, and I gave you guys some tips on making self-care a priority through a process of loving discipline. You know, it's a really good show if you're feeling kind of burned out from that New Year's trap of like starting something new or trying to accomplish like a big new goal or something like that. You can find that episode and, of course, all of our past episodes through iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Spreaker, as well as our website, www.selfcareissexy.com. All right, I want to give you a quick preview of what to expect from today's show. So today I'm going to walk you through 5 super simple ways that you can do self-care for yourself right now for free with 0 effort required. And I'm also going to be talking to you about my own self-care routine, what that looks like, just as a way to give you some examples and some encouragement. But first, a few quick housekeeping notes. All right, here we go. Well, first off, if you are new to my podcast, welcome. I'm Chris. I started this podcast a few years ago with a really good friend of mine here in Portland, Oregon. But I interview people from all over the world, and we talk about self-care. That's pretty much it. And sometimes, like today, I talk about some products. But let me make this abso-fucking-lutely clear, my friends. I am in no way some kind of, brand ambassador or influencer or anything like that. I delete that stuff right out of my DMs. And I'm in no way getting paid to tell you about what I have personally found to be helpful for my own self-care. But I'm not you, you're not me. These are just my examples that I'm going to share with you later in the show. So if you're new to self-care, you might not even know where to start. So I'm going to give you some examples. Now, however you've stumbled into this podcast today, it is my sincerest hope that all of you, as with, every episode I pump out, that you walk away feeling empowered to do your own self-care, and you walk away with ideas that get you fired up for taking care of you. And if you don't, that's okay. I'm not for everybody. That's totally fine. But please make sure that no matter what, you keep looking for something that speaks to you, that speaks in your language, that's going to encourage you to do self-care, to take care of yourself, to honor and love yourself first. Because you're in charge of taking care of you. And so if this show and these ideas aren't for you, that's fine. But please go find something that is. So, okay, to start out for today, I've got 5 simple ways to get the self-care that you need today, right now, while you're listening to the show with 0 effort required. Number 1, the first thing that you can do to get some self-care this second is to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in, blow it all out. All right, breathing is pretty easy, free, and magical. It really is. Like, your body just does it without even thinking, and I love it. I don't have to manage it. It just happens. You need it to live. But when you center your focus on it, when you, take a minute and really just think about the process of your body breathing itself, it really does help to kind of center you and focus you. And you need to connect with it as often as you can. Even if meditation's not your thing, even if, it feels silly and you don't want people to see you taking a big, heavy sigh, I really want you to practice just that one big, deep inhale in. Do it with me now. And then blow it all out. And it relaxes you. And we've done several episodes with other folks on the show who've talked about different kinds of meditative breathing to help bring your anxiety down, bring you into the present moment, and just give yourself a little nourishment, a little bit of care, a little bit of attention. It goes such a long way. Number 2 on my 5 simple ways to get some self-care today, turn on some music. hey, you know what? After I'm done chatting, or even right now, if you feel like it, shut me off and get some tunes going. Because, if it's safe to do so, be safe with your actions. But, don't touch your phone and drive. Like, a huge proponent of, like, leave it can wait, no worries. Or activate that voice thing, right? Like, that's the biggest way you can save yourself from dying from distracted driving. So anyways, stay alive, please. That's very important. But you turn on some music to change your mood, to change your flow. And, try to change it up. Try to find something new. Go down, some random rabbit hole if you need to and explore for free that music is an act of self-care. Like that song, you just lose yourself in the music, right? That's free and easy and there's no effort to it. And music absolutely can change your mood in a second, just in a quick flash. And find something upbeat. You really are going to be feeding your head, even if it's, unconsciously in the background. So you might as well pick something that makes you feel good, makes you feel alive, whatever music that is for you. I don't judge. I'm eclectic. I listen to all kinds of things. But turning on music is a really quick way to just liven up your spirit, get some energy in the space you're in, and to really give yourself some thoughtful nourishment through the ear holes. Number 3. Drink your water, please. You're thirsty. So grab a sip right now if you can, if it's safe. Every little sip counts, so definitely do it. Now, again, when you're drinking your water, don't just, throw it back, although whatever it takes to get it in your body, but try to concentrate on it actually hydrating your entire body. A little body visualization to kind of help you feel in your space, feel in your body, and to feel the hydration and the goodness that you're giving it. It's this wonderful thing that you can do. You can see, like, kind of feel and see it healing your body all the way, all that fun stuff. Maybe even bless your water before you drink it. I've done that a couple times, like, sat a little glass of water in front of me and just sent some good love and energy and then drank it. Because, they've done all these studies. You can look on the YouTube, get into all that, where they put, like, these loving words on the outside of water, and then they took pictures of it under a microscope, and you could see how beautiful and vibrant and creative the water that was blessed looks under the microscope versus just the water sitting there on the counter. So definitely drink your water as often as you can think about it. It is the smallest act of self-care that you can do for yourself. It is free. It is easy. It requires zero effort. And there's never not a time in your life when you need hydration. So even if water's not your thing, find an add-in you like, find a water bottle you like. Do whatever you can to really try and instill that. Like, do what I do. Have a water bottle at every place you're going to be, in the home office, in the recording studio, in the car, in the kitchen. Wherever I find myself, there's a bottle of water right there by. So definitely get that habit in because it's easy and it's something you can control. Number 4, say a prayer. Now, friends, I want to share with you that I am not exactly the religious type. I consider myself kind of a Unitarian Universalist, right? Like I look at each religious belief system with equal curiosity. I want to know what each of them have to say. But for me personally, prayer is pretty universal. It goes through all the traditions. Every form of religious expression has some sort of prayer involved. And it doesn't have to be like, this white guy in the sky with a beard and you're praying to this omnipotent, powerful, mean God, right? It can just be an internal asking of the soul, like a message in the bottle, right? You can send this out to yourself. You can send it to your past to kind of heal you. You can send a prayer of thanks and gratitude for all of the current privilege that you've been afforded. Just by listening to this show says that you have privilege. Internet, a phone, your hearing, all of these things make us privileged. So a little prayer of gratitude is the fastest, freest, best way to get a little bit of self-care. It switches your mindset from the lack and from what's wrong to what's going good, what's right. Number 5, praise yourself. Believe me, you need the practice. It's time to start focusing on yourself in a different way. And this is the fastest way to self-care. It's free, it's mindset-based, it's not going to require getting on Amazon and buying a bunch of shit you don't need. Praising yourself is going to give you that feeling you're actually looking for when you're shopping and you get that little hit of dopamine. When you praise yourself, when you lovingly give yourself a compliment, you are literally supercharging that dopamine inside you. You are rewarding yourself with the very thing you're seeking, but feeding with a different fuel versus actually going for what it is you actually want. Whenever you're buying yourself something nice, or whenever you're like feeling like, oh God, I need to do something for myself, and you just feel like you got to break out, right? When you get that feeling, know that that is you trying to send up a signal to say, hey, I need your love. I need your attention. I need you to respect right now. I need you to focus on me. And I'm going to run you ragged with all these thoughts, and the brain is going to keep you moving in circles of overload until you give me what I want, which is your genuine love and appreciation. So praise yourself as often as you can. And if it's awkward, if it feels weird and you're just like, I can't do this, this is super uncomfortable for me, start really, really small and do it as if you're a stranger. Like, oh, I like your scarf. Or, oh my gosh, your hair is so cute. Start it that way, right? Where it's a passive compliment. And then as you get more and more comfortable with it, get into it. I do a whole thing in the shower where I thank my body and all my craziness, and I really get into it because self-love really repairs any negative harboring you've had towards yourself over the years. All right, I want to go through that list real quick again. Number 1, take a deep breath. Number 2, turn on some music. Number 3, drink your water. Do it right now. Number 4, say a little prayer. And number 5, compliment yourself. All right, so just some quick little easy ways that you can get some self-care today. And when you have a hard time thinking about what you need, you just start doing. Just start with one of these little small acts and, build from there. If you're taking a deep breath and it really centers you and it makes you feel good, you take a sip of that water, you feel really hydrated, you say a little prayer, you feel some good gratitude energy going on, you give yourself a loving compliment, and now you're ready to go. And you didn't have to invest a bunch of time, you didn't have to do really much of anything but sit there and listen. But if you can implement this quick, easy 5-step thing as often as you can remember to do it, I promise you, you're going to build a better relationship with yourself. You're really going to start to understand how you can give yourself more, how you can love yourself better. And that is the whole point of self-care, is managing yourself and loving yourself and treating yourself with the respect that you're craving from the outside world, the validation that you're craving from the outside world. You can actually become a self-generated confidence builder. So try that anytime you're feeling really stuck about you're not sure how to do self-care, you're not sure what to do for self-care, or if you just simply haven't done self-care in so long you can't remember. Now that I've given you these 5 really simple things that you can do for your own self-care, I want to give you my own personal self-care routine. Now, I just want to make sure that you understand if you're new to self-care, first of all, it's going to sound ridiculous, my routine. Second of all, I'm not you, you're not me, so don't play the compare game. That is the quickest way to steal your joy and put you down in a suck hole, so just don't do it. And know that this routine was developed over a lot of failure, and I'm not perfect. Right? But you should get to know the person that you're getting advice on how to take care of yourself. You should get to know me. You should know what I believe in. And again, like I said in the beginning of the show, if I'm not for you, that's fine. I'm not for everybody. Like, if you've not met me yet in person, I'm not for everybody. I cuss a lot, I'm pretty loud, and I'm very opinionated. So that's okay if I'm not for you. But I really encourage you to find something that is for you. I encourage you to continue to look for resources on how to manage yourself and take care of yourself and to love and heal your own self. Because when you have that power, when you have that ability, nothing